Hey, so welcome to the next video in the breath training series of the Flow Training program. So in video 1, we talked about why. Why do we use breath training as part of this program? In video 2, we talked about the proper sitting position as well as why we breathe in and out of the nose. In video 3, we talked about diaphragmatic breathing and how the movement of the stomach can help us engage our diaphragm and deepen our breath and improve how much air and oxygen we get on each breath. This next video, we're going to bring all of that together, and this is basically going to be the last video in building your breathing technique, the foundation for your breathing technique. Everything that follows after this concerning breathing is going to come back to this basic technique. So it's really important that you practice and that you get very comfortable with it if you want to get the most out of what's coming next. So for this video, I really just want to talk about breathing rhythm. Okay, there's a rhythm to this breathing technique. And once you get a sense for that rhythm, it just becomes easier and easier. And you're going to find your breathing improve actually pretty quickly. Most people are really surprised at how quickly these things happen. And my belief is that we are meant to breathe a certain way. Unfortunately, most of us don't. Most of us have a very shallow breath. And so when you learn how to breathe deeply, your body and mind appreciate it so much that it just gets easier and easier, faster and faster, okay? So get in your position. Again, if you haven't seen any of the previous videos, I strongly encourage you to do so, just so I don't have to repeat everything every time we start a new technique or a new concept or anything like that. So you're in your strong breathing position, hands are here, eyes are closed. Remember, you're putting one hand on your stomach so that you can feel the movement of your stomach for the diaphragmatic breathing. So for this rhythm, here's the rhythm that I want you to use. Obviously, first you're going to inhale. So you want to inhale through the nose, pushing your stomach into your hand and feeling your hand go as far away from your body as possible as you inflate your stomach. So breathe in. Now, when you get to the end of your inhale, in one of the previous videos, I told you to hold your breath for 3, 2, 1. The reason I encourage that is that it creates this slightly elevated element of stress. Think about when you hold your breath, right? At first it's easy, but the longer the time goes, the harder and harder it gets, and there's this sense of stress, this sense of panic. Obviously, your body's craving oxygen. And that's kind of what we're trying to trigger, right? So when you hold that breath, you're not only giving your system a small break, but you're kind of triggering the beginnings of that little bit of extra stress, which is going to make the exhale that much better. You're going to get a stronger sense of peace, a stronger sense of focus from the exhale. Okay? So you breathe in. You're going to hold that breath for 3, 2, 1. And then I want you to slowly exhale through the nose. Feeling your hand come back into its original position. All right, so let's try that again. A long, deep breath in. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and exhale slowly through the nose. Now, establishing a rhythm isn't just about each single breath. It's about chaining breath after breath after breath after breath, right? So what's really important is as soon as you get to the end of that exhale, feel it. I like to think of it almost as waves, okay? So this is an analogy I've used a lot to teach this method. Think of it waves in the ocean, right? So as the wave comes out, right? So as you breathe in, the wave comes to shore. You hold that breath, and then you let the wave go back into the ocean. But then immediately another wave comes in. You hold it, and you let that other wave go back into the ocean on the exhale. All right, so think of it that way. You can even use that as a visual, if that helps. Because often in the beginning, it's what do I focus on while I'm breathing? So what I'm going to encourage you to do is find something to focus on. Before you go into your breathing session, think of something you want to focus on. You can use what I just described, which is the waves coming to shore and then going back out into the ocean. The other thing people like to focus on is the sound of the breath. Listen to your breath. Listen to the inhale. Listen to the exhale. Focus on that sound. Okay, so having a visual to think about, but also a sound to focus on can really help. You can also use music. I'm going to talk about music in another video because it's actually a really powerful tool if it's done right. and I want to really give it the time it deserves. But you can definitely use music if it helps you to kind of take your mind off your thoughts and give you something else to focus on. Okay, so again, your breathing rhythm is you inhale as deeply as you can, pushing your stomach into your hand, holding that breath for 3, 2, 1, and then slowly exhaling until your hand comes all the way back into its original position, and then immediately go into another inhale, hold, bring it back for the exhale. Immediately inhale, hold, bring it back for the exhale. When you start practicing, I'm going to suggest putting a timer on. I like to start people off with 5 minutes. Some people are like, can we do less? You can do less, obviously, but 5 minutes is a challenge for most people because it's interesting to see how for some people that 5 minutes feels like it took forever. As for other people, 5 minutes goes by very quickly. And for you, it might be a balance. Sometimes it's going to go fast, sometimes it's going to go slow. It kind of depends on where you're at. Kind of depends on what's going on in your day or in your life. But start with a 5-minute timer. So get yourself in a nice seated position, prepare to breathe, hit the timer, and don't stop breathing until you hear the timer end. Don't take a look, don't peek, don't cheat, don't be how much time's left. Start with 5 minutes, see how that goes, and in the next video, I'm going to give you some techniques that you can start using to kind of enhance this whole breathing experience. Okay? Again, if you have any questions or comments, please message me, and I look forward to the next video. Peace.